Hello, and today I'm going to be doing an overview of so there's the two most common licenses are Homemaker and Companion Services, which the scope is non-medical care only, which includes companionship. Homemaker Services help with daily living, that's no hands-on medical care. And then is skilled services, nursing therapy, administration qualifications are needed. And then you have to have clinical oversight. And then there's usually like heavier compliance and costs. Health version of this. And yeah, I'll be actually going inside of the so the first thing is you've got to go to, you just Google, Florida AHCA portal login. It'll prompt you to make a new user registration. This is what the screen looks like here. And then you'll get to this consent here. You check this off and then make your account, which I will do right now. So after I put in all my information, it's just user ID and password, address, etc. All right, so this is where it gets a little. You've got to ask for request for program access and what you want to click. So when you get to, instead of saying searching for provider, it's a little tricky because it'll eventually tell you you need to select a provider, but then you're not going to show up, right? You got to create a new provider. So you've got to do that first. So that's what I'm doing here. I just selected Home Health Agency, continue. And then I'm saying I've never applied for a license before since it's brand new. Continue. And then I'm going to put in the agency name and address. So for demo purposes, I'm just going to put in ABC Home Health Care. I'm just going to use start and scale home care agencies all across the US, and we know Florida very well. So that's part of the reason why I'm making this video, is because I really want to get detailed information. I noticed there's no really trainings or videos on exactly how to do this step by step, and that's why I'm creating this video today. So essentially, I'm going to finish filling this out and I'll show you on the next screen. So now it's going to take some time to. Okay, so this is the first part of the application. And this is the provider facility information section. This screen is where AHCA collects some of these fields will let you choose none or pending. If you're doing that blank, you leave the Medicaid number blank if you're not enrolling in Medicaid right now. If you already have a Medicaid number, obviously you want to enter that. This is just the NPI number. If you have one, enter that. If you don't, you could select, maybe if you're already applying for it, select pending. If you don't have it, just select none. And then for Medicare, it's the same idea as Medicare CCN. Most startups won't have this yet, so leave that blank. Agency name, make sure agency name matches the legal name or DBA. So this is very important. You really want, see, I'm even seeing it here. This actually should be LLC because it's an LLC. This is really, really important. That's something that they will reject the application and ask for corrections if it's not legal across everything. So, and then the controlling interest, you're essentially verifying that you are the person that is legally operating the home care, the home health agency. And then this is consent for management company information. Does a company other than the licensee manage? So you'd answer that question. Same thing with this one. If there's any management company controlling interests, then you go to personnel section, which shows administration. This is also a little tricky here. You would essentially add, so this is who's going to be You want to provide any of these roles. So administrator, alternate administrator, director of nursing if applicable, and then, financial officer, registered nurse, etc. So you'd click add here, new individual, and then you want to fill out this information. So you can hit edit individual and then add that person and requirement. So you do not need to fill this out. And then if you are applying as a home health agency through AHCA in Florida here, this screen does apply to you. So home health agencies must be accredited by AHCA, CHAP, or Joint Commission, or they got to be in the process of accreditation. And then, so you're either going to select accrediting organization if already accredited, or you're going to select accreditation pending if you already have applied and uploaded proof. Obviously, I'm not going to guess or walk you through accreditation selections in this video because incorrect answers here can delay or derail your license. Home health accreditation is a separate higher risk process, so just keep that in mind. And then know that non-medical home care is exempt from accreditation. Skilled home health agencies are not. So if you're doing a Homemaker and Companion license, then that is okay. And then this section here indicate if the agency will have 24-hour on-call system. This is another distinction. If you are a home health agency, you must check this off and you have to have a system in place for 24/7 on-call system. If you are not, you don't need to. If you're a Homemaker and Companion Services, so non-medical agency, you do not need to check off that box. So moving on to geographic service area. So here AHCA wants to know which Florida counties this office will serve. So you must select at least one county, but you do not need to select the entire state. For most new agencies, startup, the smartest move is to just keep it small and local. Check off whatever county that your agency is in, and maybe some nearby neighboring counties. See this legend down here too, it shows which area. So what we generally do is pick an area and then provide care only in those counties. This section determines whether you're non-medical or skilled home health as well. So first, choose at least one service and enter your staffing members. If you're non-medical only, you're going to stay in the other service personnel section. See down here. Under skilled service personnel, we're not selecting anything. No nursing, no therapy, no IV, none of that. Now scroll down to the other service personnel and check Homemaker Companion. For staffing in number of direct employees, enter 1 as a simple startup by default. In number of contracted employees, leave that blank and enter 0. So keep in mind that was mainly about the non-medical side. If you're applying as a home health agency, this screen does apply to you. So what you select here must match the skilled services that you actually intend to provide. You want to start at the top under skilled service personnel. So remember, this is for home health agency side. You want to select at least one skilled service that your agency will provide. Most agents are not familiar with it or don't really want to, to provide that. And then if your home health agency will also provide non-skilled services such as home health aides or certified nursing assistants, check home health aide and certified nursing assistant and enter the staffing numbers as appropriate. So you just do that right here. Then, you could just put however many. And then down at the bottom here, we're asked these questions, starting with question 2, do you provide skilled services to children under 21? You'd select no. Question 3, do you participate in the medically fragile children program? No. Question 4, do you provide only non-skilled services? If that is so this is specific to your agency. So if that's non-medical Homemaker Companion Services, then you would obviously say yes, that you're not doing skilled. But if you are, you would say you're providing skilled services. So that's that. You click save, and then since it's just a mock application, I'm not actually submitting this, which is like people, like if you currently have a home care or a non-medical or a home health agency, we can help refine the processes and get your compliance up to speed. If, for example, like we have an agency, a client right now that we're working with, that she has only contractors and she's not allowed to have that. She's supposed to have all employees, and that's a total private consultation we do. That's what we're here to support, to make sure that your agency is operating above board and all that. So we offer those services too. It's not just only getting the licensing. You know, we can even, if you go on the website here, you can see there's a bunch of other services that we provide, and yeah, this is like a great resource as far as you just click on any of the states and it'll give you kind of like a quick roadmap and kind of like what that state is. And there is some general pricing on here. It's really customized for every single person that we speak to. We do have general pricing on like getting your license. If you want like full operations set up, like, you know, your CRM, your payroll basically set up, that's obviously license fee set aside. But yeah, that's where I really, it's been evolving. Like we're adding a lot more service and stuff. Recently, we just launched this website called starthomecareagency.com, and this is literally just free guides. There's interactive tools on here like a cost calculator, profit calculator. There's a day one checklist. So you can even put in like, you know, what you're going to charge your clients per hour, how much you're going to pay the caregivers, what's the average, you know, client hours billing per week, how many clients you have, and then you can calculate your profit. We'll send you a report on that. It's super cool. So this all comes from experience, you know, just doing this for over 14 years. So everything I do is all based on my experience. So yeah, back to the application here. By the way, if you do want to reach out to us, you can just go to our website and you can book a call. There's contact, schedule a call here, and Pam is one of our main advisors. So you can just book a call right with her, or you can next. Okay, so this is supporting documents. This is where essentially most people get stuck and overwhelmed. I know it's quite a bit of stuff, but this is where AHCA requires you to upload proof that your agency is properly insured, financially viable, and legally set up to operate. I do want you to pause here for a second, because this is the part where the application is where, you know, like I said, most people really like, they just get stuck. So I'll stay on the screen because there's a lot going on here. So they're not just, AHCA is not just, you know, asking for uploads. They're asking for very specific documents formatted correctly with the right details filled in it. At a high level, they're really looking for 5 main categories. First are the insurance documents. This is things like general liability, professional liability, if applicable, or malpractice coverage. And then the second thing is proof that you can financially operate, which usually means a financial statement. Or there's going to be a link in the description below. Reach out to us. This is what we do. So at Home Care Agency Blueprint, we not only create any proper documents, we help you fill out the proper forms in the right way, follow up with the state. The other thing to keep in mind is, like, you can create a business plan, but then the language might not be the right way. It might not cover the right areas. So that has to be worded in a certain way. Even like getting the zoning requirements, sometimes that takes a few phone calls, unraveling exactly where to do and how to get that. You know, we have insurance contacts to get that insurance, you know, whatever you need as far as getting your agency set up. Because we do this all day long, we know exactly where to go and what documents they're looking for. And then oftentimes, like, even when you submit this, it takes time and there's following up. I mean, there's a lot of times that we will call the state or even email them. We know the analysts over there, but we'll check in and find out what's going on. And sometimes you've got to just nudge a little bit and remind them about the application, and they reference the file number. So that's the best way to really get your application to move forward. And oftentimes, so you can see down here, there's individual upload fields to upload each of those documents. And you want to keep in mind each document has got to be uploaded separately. I mean, you can see here, like, you can't just upload one PDF of all the documents. They won't accept that. They'll send it right back. So yeah, but if you're sitting here thinking, like, maybe you already have gone through and you're wanting to get more help on getting this portal filled out, or this is brand new to you, but if you're, thinking, geez, I don't have any of these documents yet, I'm not sure what AHCA, really wants, that's totally normal. This is where most people get stuck. So we'll help you create the AHCA compliant policies and plans. We'll review and generate the required insurance setup, prepare the business plan in the format AHCA expects and the other language. And then, we'll make sure that your documents pass, and we guarantee approval. So anytime you work with us, we guarantee that you will be approved. We've heard in the industry that there's some people that sign up for people to assist them with getting licensing, and maybe it's pending or they don't get approved, or that person worse, like, disappears. So it's building those relationships, get those referrals to get the clients, and then hire the right staff, and then managing that process to make sure that you're providing the proper care, and then having all the systems and tools in place to bill and invoice properly and do payroll and everything like that. Yeah, if you're wanting, like, any help preparing any of these documents, or, like, you're in a phase where maybe you already have the license, or it's in processing or whatnot, but whatever phase you're in, yeah, I mean, just reach out to us. We're here. Click the link below. And the other thing that I advise, if the home health side feels way too overwhelming, start with a homemaker and companion license first. You can start generating some revenue and then jump into the home health agency setup. So we have a lot of clients that do that. And yeah, so that is what I wanted to walk through today. The very last screen, just so you can see it, is finalizing the application. You can see it's all red because it needs all these, it wants all these documents, and then you just click sign and pay the fee. The biannual licensure fee is $1,700. Helps you too, and feel free to either drop a comment, reach out if you need some assistance. We're here to help you. Thanks so much.